Yard. Yard. Yard.
Nice to have you back at the backyard again. Mike Buttonoff with the Backyard and JNL Nutrition, and this is Scott Heilig with Dairyland.
Hi, Mike.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Hey, we're going to talk a little bit about alfalfa right now, and I'm just going to tell you a little deal I use often visiting with our customers and prospective customers. With Dairyland, they've got wonderful corn and soybeans, and we have a lot of good competition. But in alfalfa, Dairyland is head and shoulders above the best. They're the Super Bowl champions right now of forage. It's just a privilege for us to get to sell their alfalfa. Would you like to talk a little bit about that forage Super Bowl right now?
This year we put in a sample to the World Forage Expo. Doug Kerfeld out of Albany won the haylage division, and what's even better is he won the haylage division but also won over all the silages division, so he ended up with the World Forage Producer Award, which is a grand award for the contest.
Yeah, so we feel privileged getting to work with Dairyland and even getting to work with Scott a little bit with their alfalfa that they bring to us. Something else that's really unique, most alfalfa, actually all alfalfa with the exception of some of Dairyland's, is bred one way across the entire world. But they've got a hybrid alfalfa. Would you like to talk a little bit about that, Scott?
Yeah, Dr. Paul's son for 30 years, 28, 30 years, has been working on a hybrid alfalfa, similar to corn that Dr. Yost came out with and developed in the 60s. It's called single cross corn now. Dr. Paul's son found a way to sterilize the male part of the flower, so now we can pick our male and our females and cross them like we do in corn and get a true definition of a hybrid, the first genetic offspring from two selected parents. From that, we found a better yield, like in corn. Corn's been coming up since single cross corn, 1.8 bushel a year, because we can select for yield, disease package, and fine stem for quality.
What are we seeing in the yield advantage? I know, but over the years, what have you seen increases on actual farms with the hybrid versus all the other alfalfa?
When you take a look at all the data, university data, we're at 7% yield over all the competitors in the university trials. Since 2008, we've got a 76% win ratio with the hybrid 2400 second generation, a little over 7%. On the farm trials, we're running the same thing. We're the only company that does on the farm plots. We just went over 10,000 plots in the company, and through all that data, we're 7 to 10% depending upon what company and variety we go against.
Yeah, no, that's the hybrid's really a fun product to work with. It brings a lot of advantages, like Scott was saying. With the hybrid, you take two things and you cross them and you can have an average. Well, the hybrid is always excelling. It's like all genetics. It's better than you would expect, and that's what makes it so fun to work with. This yield, why is it so important when we look at, say, 20 years ago, Scott, hay was worth $60 a ton. What's hay selling for today?
Today it's $200 to $300.
Yep.
And people don't think about yield in alfalfa. They look at it, they cut it, it's there. But you take 5% yield over 3 years cutting is worth $400 to $500 more hay value to that producer. If even we're $100 less on seed costs, we're still returning the producer $400 per bag that he puts in. And some of these producers are putting in 20 to 50 bags a year. That's huge profit for them. Yeah. Whether they use it for their own farm or they have extra hay they can sell at that $200 to $300 per ton.
Yeah, that's just something I wanted to bring up as we look at our audience here. I know a lot of you probably aren't in farming and raising hay, just to get an idea how expensive some of these products are that our customers are using and selling, and it's really changed maybe from a generation ago when it was really very inexpensive to purchase hay and even raise hay. But that's changed significantly. Anything else you'd like to add, Scott?
I just want to add that Dairyland, through the plant breeders, is going to give you consistent yield, quality, and it won't fail you. We have the highest persistency on the market. Come to the guys in JNL Nutrition and talk to them about the alfalfa. If you have any questions, they've got my number. I can answer your questions. But talk to Mike, Joe, or Jerry, and we'd like to talk to you.
Hey, thanks. Come into the backyard and we'll see you soon.
Yard. 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 Yard.